Alrighty guys, it's been about a week or so. We've been pretty busy with Christmas stuff. However, we're jumping back on the flipping character to see how the challenge is going. Okay, so let's check the mailbox. We've got all our flipping items here. So we're currently sitting at 144,000 gold at the moment. We've got a whole heap of items in the mailbox that we need to get relisted. So that is exactly what we'll do. We'll relist everything and we'll see if there's any sales left over from before. But the main thing is to get everything listed so we can start getting some more sales. And we're at the end of the mailbox. We've got a couple sales here. So we sold the sword cane for nearly 7k. That's pretty good. A couple other little sales. What we're going to do is use our TSM flipping groups, and we'll do a scan and we'll see what other items there are to flip. Now if you want these exact groups that I'm using, they're all inside my flipping guide, which is the first link down below in the description box. But let's post up the rest of these up. We'll see what the total value is, and then we'll run a scan and we'll see what else we can buy. Okay, so we've got everything posted. The total value is sitting at 4 million, so 4,021k in 332 items. That's really good. So what we're going to do now is run a scan. So like I mentioned before, if you want these exact groups, they're all inside of my flipping guide, which is down below. Basically we do a scan. It will show you the market value of the items from lowest to highest. Obviously wanting to buy the lowest ones first, I like to buy up to anything under the 70% is actually worth flipping, in my opinion. And so we'll run this scan and we'll see what good items there are to buy. Obviously if there's heaps of competitors on the items, that is a red flag. You want to have not many competitors. Ideally there's only one up on the auction house for sale. That is probably the easiest flip to do and the easiest flip to actually sell. However, we'll go through here and I'll show you what items we actually find. Alrighty, the scan is complete. There's a couple of really good items here. So this right here has a market value of 130,000 and we're going to buy that for 10k. We'll relist that undercutting the next people at 151,000 gold. So we'll buy that up. It's a pretty cool transmog. It's that right there. Now going on to the next thing is this recipe. So there's one listed at the moment for 1,500 gold and we can resell that for 16k, undercutting the next guy. There's actually two of them, so we'll buy both of them for 1,500. We'll relist them both for over 30k, so they sell very good profits right there. This one's here is pretty cheap. It's got a good sell rate. We're going to buy the two here for, well, we're actually going to, one of ours is already listed, so we're going to buy the other one for 310. And we'll relist undercutting the next guy. Right, let's also buy the 900 gold one and we'll relist at 1,500. Well, actually we might cancel the one we had there and we'll relist for even higher. Moving on to the next item that we found right here. So this item here, it's a dagger. It's very good looking. Where did it just go? We'll just on it. Is this here? Yes. So we're gonna buy all of these down to the 5,000 gold one. We'll relist them all for 5k. So we're gonna buy all these ones right here for 2k, even the one for 3k. It's a very cool looking transmog piece and we should be able to sell these fairly well. So like I mentioned, we're gonna buy up to the 5k. That is very close to the 100% market value. We'll relist for that price. Going on, I think there's a couple more here we can buy. So these braces we can get probably like 2.8k for. We're gonna buy both of those up. There's only two on the auction house, so we'll buy both of those up and we'll relist them for about 2.8k each, only paying 150 gold each for them. And then there is this recipe. I think this is the last thing that I found. So we're gonna buy all of these two right here up to the current ones that we're already selling. That way we still control the market. And if any sales happen on this item, we will be the one getting the sales. And we're obviously paying around 1k each for these, and we're going to relist them for 3k. Just right there. Alright, so that's all the best items that I found while looking through here. We have another scan in a bit, and I'll get back to you guys then. Oh, before the next clip, we actually have a sale coming in. So there's something here that we paid 2,500 gold for, and we're reselling it right now for 7,163 gold. So it is Cosmic Captain's hat. So it's that right there. Anyways, that's pretty cool. That's a nice little 5k profit off that item right there. Anyways guys, till next clip, I'll see you then. We are back on the flipping challenge. Let's see if we've got any sales. It's the next day. We'll see how we went overnight. Hopefully we've got some good sales. We'll have to find out. Alrighty, so in game, what have we got? Oh nice, 102k. So we sold Duskhaven boots for 25k. That's a really good sale. Oh, we've sold a whole heap of the Hope Enders, which is a transmog sword, I believe. Someone must have brought all of these to resell them. I'm guessing it's all the same person. That is really good. So good way to start off the day. So 102k. That brings us up to 224k. That is awesome. Now if you would want to learn exactly how to do this just how I am, how you can make a whole heap of gold by just putting in a couple minutes of work every single day, my flipping guide goes over exactly how I'm doing this, and it has all my groups, my TSM import strings, so you can just put the import string straight into your TSM, or copy everything over and you can start doing exactly what I'm doing. But let's get right into it. So we've got 224k at the moment. Our auctions still have 19 hours. So what we're going to do is do a shopping scan, see if we can find any really good items. We'll relist them and then we'll check the total value and just see how everything is going after that. Okay, the scan is done. We'll go through and we'll see what good items there are. Alrighty, so there's a couple of good deals. So these right here, they're only 2k. We should be able to get about 20k each for those. There's just one guy selling them, so we'll buy both of those up. And then looking down at the other items, the only other one that is super worth buying would probably be these helmets right here. We'll resell these for 4k each, they're 1k each. Not too much else that looks crazy. This here could go alright. Where was it? So this one right here. I think we will buy that up just because there's no other competition. We'll buy that up and we can release that for about 25k. So we're paying 5k for that. And then we could also buy these two helmets and relist them for the 4k. I think that is about it for that search. We'll do another search in an hour and we'll see if there's any other good deals. And we are back on the flipping challenge. Everything has expired, so we'll get everything out, see if we've got any sales at the end, and we'll do a shopping scan and see what good deals we can flip today. Okay, so we're at the end of the mailbox. What have we got? We've got a couple sales and then the other things we brought last time that we didn't get out. So what's a big sale here? A Island of Expedition piece, and then another one of them bread noggin candles for nearly 3k. Very nice, very nice. Let's collect up that gold. That brings us up to 226k, and we'll list everything up. Okay, so everything is posted. We're looking at about 4 million worth. So what we'll do now is we'll do a scan and we'll see if we can find any good deals to flip. Okay, so the scan is done. What do we have here? Oh, this is a no-brainer. Someone's listed it for 3 gold, and it's worth like anywhere from like 3 to 7k. Anyways, we'll see what else there is. Alright, so we've had a little look through. Another thing that is really good here is the Frostwind gloves for only 1k. The next people selling it is 10k, and you should be able to get about 10k for those, so we'll buy that up. Going on, there's an Island Expedition bow right here. Now this thing goes for a decent amount of gold, so for 15k that's a very good deal for it. And we'll probably relist the undercutting the next guy at 100k. The next thing here, there is a companion. You can get about like 400 for it. There's 2 of them, well there's 5 of them. We'll buy all 5 of those and we'll relist them for 400 to 500 gold each. So we'll buy all of these up. Let's Let's go, let's go. Now if you'd like these exact TSM groups with all of these items, all the items that I personally flip and recommend flipping, they're all inside of my flipping guide, which is the first link down in the description box. Right, so they brought these claws worth buying. Probably not. Alright, let's move on to the next thing here, which will be this right here. I believe I picked out. Yeah, so we'll buy all of these. Or someone just brought one of them, so we'll buy these two that are left, and we'll relist these. If we have the market, we'll relist them for 4K, so we'll buy all of those. Then we've got no competitors. Okay, the next one is this mount. Now I've made, how many sales? We've sold 7 of those like recently on this character, and we've brought 9 for like around 400. So what we're going to do here, we're going to buy all of these first ones up to 500, and we're going to cancel the one we have for 600, and we'll undercut these guys right here at 5K, and hopefully be able to get some big sales with these mounts. Okay, so that's the last one there, and then we'll cancel the one that we've got listed. Right, perfect. Now moving on, this thing here can sell for a decent amount of gold, but there is a fair amount of them, so I don't think we're going to buy it. And then right here, that is for 10K, probably not worth it. Alright, so I think that is it for this scan right here for all the really good deals. So what we'll do is we'll list those up and get back with you tomorrow when we've got some sales. We're back on the flipping challenge account, and we've just been clearing out the mailbox. We've got 36K in sales. We've got to relist a few items. What was our best item here? So this right here, the Bloodwake bridle, sold for 14K. Then we got 2 of these helmets that sold for 4K. And another one of these red noggin candles. These candles have been selling really, really well. We brought a whole heap, I believe, like 500 gold, and resell them for like nearly 3K each. Really, really good. So let's collect this 36K. We'll post everything that we've got. That brings us up to 244K that we've made so far from this flipping challenge. We've got a whole heap of really good items. So what we'll do is we'll list the rest of them, and we'll see what the total worth of the auction house is at the moment. Okay, so we've finished posting everything. We're at 4,041K worth listed in 335 items. And we also have the 244K that we've made so far. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run a shopping scan and see what good deals there are up in the auction house and see what is worth buying. Alright, the scan is done. There's a fair few items that are worth buying actually. So we've picked out a few items. I've looked through like all the pricings and where they're at the moment. And these are the items that we're going to buy up. So this right here, there's just one, well there's 5 of them for 1 gold. It's very, very cheap. Won't make much from it, but for 1 gold, it's a no-brainer. So we'll buy up all 5 of those real quick. And we'll move on to the next item. Now we're looking for, obviously, items that are worth a lot less than they're listed. We want to make sure that we're checking the region sale average, the region market value average too, to determine what the prices are like overall on other servers. Because it could just be like cheap on my server or high on my server. So I like to go off the region-wide prices. So that just means all the realms on the region, it is calculating all of those. So this right here, on my realm, it has a market value of 27,000. There's one posted for 1K, there's one posted for 5K, and one for 6K. We're gonna buy the 1K, and we're gonna relist that for 5K. It's a little 4K flip right there. Now these things are really, really good. So for the price that they're up right now, very, very, very cheap. As you can see, we've bought a few of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy these 3 right here up to the 2K, and the ones that I've listed, we're going to cancel all of those, and we're going to relist at 9K, undercutting this guy right here. So we'll do that right now. We'll buy every single one of those up, all the way up until where mine are, So we buy one more, and then we're going to cancel all 4 that I already have. We'll basically have the control of the market for this item, and these sell for a lot, very decent amount, and on other servers they're also selling really well. So what we'll do is we'll cancel all of those, and now we relist at 9k. Moving on to the next item, there's this pet right here. So what really excites me about this pet, if you look at the region sale average, it's 19,000. So that means on average on all the realms, they actually sell for on average 19k. That's including the real cheap ones people are buying to flip and whatever. And if you look at the other prices, like the market value is 58,000, the historical price is 56,000, and the region market average value average is 77k. So this right here, you can get a decent amount of gold for. What we're going to do, we actually already have one listed for 12k. We're going to buy the one in front of it for 6k, and I think we'll relist these for 77k. Honestly, we're going to cancel the one that I've got. So now there's no other competition on my auction house for that item, and we'll relist that for 70k. Moving on next, we've got these right here, which really aren't really worth it, just if you look at the region sale average. So I think we'll skip those. What's another item that we picked out? These ones here, there's just too many of them for sale, so we won't actually buy those. So this right here, what do we got? A shield. Now this could be a flip. What does it look like? It's not that good looking, and there is a few of them, so I think we'll pass up that. Now, Fire King, this stuff sells like hotcakes, and that is really, really good. If you look at the region average daily sold is 0.032, which is good for transmog. Now, I think it'd be worth buying the one for 5k and then undercutting the next person. So I think that is what we're going to do. If it doesn't sell right away, we'll always be able to sell this for like at least like 10k. So it's a pretty good item to buy. Now, where were we up to? Is this worth anything? I believe the next item was right here. So this has a market price of 28,000. There's one listed for 9k and there's one listed for 300 to 17k. The 300 to 17k isn't going to sell, I don't think. So what we'll do is we'll buy this, and using our TSM settings that are inside of the flipping guide, it will actually want us to post this for 34k, which is a good price and is reasonable. It's not way over the market value. So we're going to actually buy that for 9k, and we'll relist that up there for 33k. I believe there's a couple more items, or one more. So there's this right here. The market value is going down on my Pacific realm. However, on the other realms, on the region prices, it actually is very, very good. So it's got a region sell average of 11k, and there's a few of them here for 4.5k, and there's one for 7.5k. What we could do is buy all the way down and buy the 7.5k, which I think we're going to do. So we're going to buy these 4 right here. Then we'll relist undercutting this guy right here at 37k. So if we get, even if we just sell one, we make all of our money back from our investment here. So it's definitely worth doing, and it's also got a very good sell rate of, for the region average daily sold, 0.048. So let's buy all of these up, all the way up to the 37k, and we'll relist at 37k. So buy this one too, perfect. And was there any more items that I picked out here? There was. So this is very cheap right now. Christmas has just been, so it might be harder to sell. However, for 90 gold, and you could resell these anywhere from like 350 all the way up to like 600. So not much there, but it's still worth doing in my opinion. The sell rate is up really high, but people were probably buying a lot of them for Christmas just to look cool. And I believe there's one more item we had here that was worth looking at. Maybe not. Maybe we got more. That looks about all the really good deals. Oh, here. Oh no, we brought the rest in. So that is it. Everything else is a bit Like you could flip these items up here up to like the 70, but I like staying like very low. Make sure you make the most amount of money from the gold invested. So I think that is where we'll call that right there. We'll go to the mailbox and we'll see what items that we've actually got. So after buying all of those, that brings us down to 197,000 gold in the bags. We've got a whole heap of items right here to relist. Okay, let's post these up real quickly. So as you can see, we paid on average about 5k for these right here, and we're relisting them for 37k. Well, this is going for a lot. So this right here we paid 8k for, and we're going to be reselling that for 77,000. Anyways, let's list everything up that we just got. We'll see what the total worth of the auction house is now that we've brought a few more items to flip. Alrighty, so we only spent like 20k, I believe it was, or maybe 30k, and that brings up the auction house value worth by 600,000 gold. So it's very, very good. Alrighty, we're back on the flipping character. It's been a few days now, probably like 4 days. We'll clear out all the mail, we'll list everything up, and we'll see if we've got any sales waiting for us. Alrighty, so we have cleaned out the mailbox. We've got 35k worth in sales. The main items being a 4 King Fire King robes. So these right here for 9.5k. And then this thing right here. So we'll actually see what both of those are and how much we paid for those. That brings us up to 232k. Alrighty, so the robes right here, we made 4,499 gold on that flip. We only paid 5k for those. What was the other big thing right here? And here was the other item that we flipped. We paid 2k for this, and we resold it for about 16k. So that has a very good profit right there on those. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a scan using our TSM groups, which you can find in my flipping guide, and we'll see what is worth. That's worth up on the auction house at the moment, which is worth flipping. Once the scan is done, we can relist everything and go from there. Alrighty, so the scan is done. We've got a few items that we can buy up here. So first of all, we're going to buy up these. These just have a really high region sale average of 9k, and there's a whole heap of them listed. So we have a whole heap listed. What we're going to do is buy the top 2, and then we're going to cancel all the ones that we have, and we'll relist them undercutting the next guy at 34k. So we'll buy all these up, these first few just here. Right, it's buying, confirming. Right, failed. Someone has already brought the auction, so we might not be able to buy these up. What's going on here? Right, so the first one did buy, and then we want to buy also the one for 1k. Right, why is it taking so long? Come on, TSM. Alright, we'll go back to that item. Then the next item is these right here. There's a couple listed for like 200 gold and 300 gold. We'll relist them for 4k. We'll buy those all up. All 3 of those we want to buy. Yep. Alright, it's working. Awesome. So there's one more for 300. We'll buy that. Alright, moving on to the next item right here. Now, there is a Island Expedition piece here that's worth about 88k on my round. There's one for 8k, there's one for 10k. We'll buy both of those, and we'll relist both of those because we are the only one on the market. We'll actually relist those for 105k each. And now that's not just picking a random price, that is what our TSM settings are set to. And that is when there is no other competition, it will set at the highest price. Right, moving on to the next item. So this right here, this headpiece, with pretty cool looking goggles. There's 2 listed for 2k, and we should be able to release them once there's no competition for 28k. So that is an absolute no-brainer. We'll wipe both of those up for only 2k each. Moving on, what else do we have? So we have these shoulders right here. Now they got good prices. the price for our realm, the market price is 5k. There's one listed for 1k and one listed for 2k. We'll buy both of those up. And because there's no competition, we can post at the highest price, which is 15k. So we're gonna need to sell like one of them and we make a whole heap of profit. Moving on to the next thing that is worth buying was this right here. So there is a waste. And now what we're going to do with this, there's two for 250. We're going to buy both of those up. We can relist those for undercutting the next guy, so at 5k. Buy those up right there. So these are island expedition pieces, so they sell fairly well. Did we miss this one here? We did. This is another great item. It's another island expedition piece. There is a few of them listed for 1k. We're going to buy all three of those and then we'll relist them, undercutting the top guy at 12k. So we'll buy all of those up. This stuff sells really good, this island expedition gear, just because how hard it is to actually get it. What we're going to buy next is them. We'll also buy these right here. So there's one here for 5k. We'll buy that, relist for 15k. And then the last piece that we're looking at was this right here. Now there's a fair few of them listed, and we also own one of these. What we're going to do is buy all of those out till there is the one left for 6k, and then we'll undercut the 6k one. Alrighty guys, it's been a couple days, and we've got a fair few good sales here. Well, we sold the razor fin war boots for 30k. That's really good. Twilight Dragon's helmet. We've got a few good items there, so that's another 81k that we have flipped. Now I think this is where we're going to end episode number 3 at 271,000 gold on us. And we'll go check the auction house and see what the value is there. However, if you want to learn exactly how to do flipping just like I am throughout this series, and use my TSM groups that have all the items that are worth flipping, and it has the operations and settings where you can simply scan, click list and post, and they'll post for the right price, always making you a profit. That is all inside my flipping guide, which will be the first link down in the description box below. So like I said before, we have 271k in the bags. We have a total of 4,725,000 in the auction house. So we're slowly building up, and hopefully we can get some really big sales. Anyways guys, this is it for episode number 3. Until the next one, take care.